Lieutenant Marr, step forward. Lieutenant David Marr, 2nd Missouri Infantry, 1st Brigade in the Army of the Confederate States of America, General Sterling Price commanding. Having resigned his commission in the 2nd Missouri Infantry, that resignation having been accepted, Lieutenant David Marr is hereby discharged from this regiment and from the Army of the Confederate States of America. Witness my hand this August 5th, 1861, signed General Sterling Price. You will surrender your sword, Mr. Marr. Dismiss your platoon, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Dismiss!
Stay clear of the yellow scum, Sonny. They tell me Marr's complaint is kind of catching.
Crawling out because it looks like there's a fight coming.
Lucky he showed what he really is before we tangle with them bluebellies.
From out of the West, Dick Powell's Zane Gray Theater.
But actually, the Civil War had a tremendous effect on the West. For instance, Oregon and California fought for the Union, while Texas joined the Confederacy. Or, as they might say in Dallas, the Confederacy joined Texas. The rest of the West tried to stay neutral, but because the settlers had migrated from both the North and the South, they naturally had strong sentimental ties. There are some who say that there were as many battles in Western saloons as there were on the Civil War battlefields. Consequently, a saloon keeper tried to play it safe. He generally displayed both flags. There was one bar in Arizona that had this sign between them. Be you North or be you South, while in here, shut your mouth. Even the Indians took sides. February 7th, 1861, the Choctaw joined the Confederacy. How, you all? The last engagement of the Civil War was fought in Palmetto, Texas. Wouldn't you know it? We have a Civil War story for you this week. Decision at Wilson's Creek. Our star is John Forsythe.
Well, Mr. David Marr, civilian. Papers. This here civilian put on one of our uniforms to try to act like a man, but didn't quite make it. Oops. I'm sorry. Maybe you're a civilian with the bluebellies, but with us, you're scum. You hear? A dirty, renegade scum. Pass. You gonna crawl back to Springfield, Ma? The next time I see you, maybe I'll have the pleasure of aiming a little lower.
Where are you headed for, mister?
Join my family in town.
Family? I've never seen you around here before.
I've been away.
You gotta have some identification. Come on. Lieutenant Grimes, sir. Take a look at this.
David Marr,
That's right.
discharged from the 2nd Missouri. For what reason?
My reasons are personal.
Claims to have a family in Springfield, sir.
Wife and a child. I haven't seen them in 6 months.
Hardly sufficient reason for resigning your commission.
My wife has no sympathy with the rebels.
But you do.
I thought I did.
Now you've come around to your wife's way of thinking.
I resigned, didn't I, Lieutenant?
How many men has old Pap Price got out there in Wilson's Creek?
I don't have to answer that question, Lieutenant.
Maybe we can change your mind about...
I'm a civilian. My papers are in order.
We may want to talk with you later.
Thank you, sir. Amy?
It's really you. I'm not just dreaming again.
Still think you're dreaming?
You've been hurt. What are you doing here, then, in these clothes?
I resigned my commission.
Dave, what happened?
Nothing. I just quit. That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
Oh, you're home. That's all that matters.
That's all.
Well, that's the verdict, Jim. Am I going to live?
Why did you come here?
I told you. My throat's been bothering me.
There's nothing wrong with your throat. Look, Dave, I'm too tired for games. What's really on your mind?
I'll be honest with you, Jim. I came here to ask you a favor.
You came to the wrong man. I have no money, no influence.
Yes, but you proved to the Federals that a man can live here in Springfield without taking sides. I was hoping you might be able to help me do the same thing.
I was never a lieutenant in the Confederate Army.
I know that. Thought maybe in my spare time I could work around the Army camp hospital, helping you.
What are you after, Dave?
I just told you.
It's hard to believe that you'd resign your commission and come back to Springfield this way.
Maybe so. It's hard for a lot of people to believe that you weren't taking sides either. You finally convinced them.
With me, it was different. Straddling the fence has always been my specialty. But you were always so sure you were right.
Does it have to be one simple thing to change a man's mind? Can't there be lots of things behind it? Isn't there room on that fence for more than one man?
As long as I sit it, I suppose I can't be too choosy who I share it with.
Then you'll put me to work.
Let me think about it.
I'd like to get started as soon as possible.
All right. But I'm only doing it for Amy's sake.
Thank you, Jim.
Dave, I wish you hadn't come back. Already I wish it.
Good night.
What was that last I said?
But I do feel put out to miss the big fracas we're fixing for them Johnny Rebs at Wilson's Creek.
Yeah. Don't fret, 'cause there's wonderful people looking after us. See you right soon. Your son, Mort.
What's your outfit? Got to put it on the letter.
1st Iowa. None of us ever been in a real fight. And I'm going to miss it. Because some greenhorn didn't know how to load a cannon.
Get this in the mail for you right away.
Sure nice of you.
Southerner, huh? Has there been a skirmish?
No. He was shot and taken prisoner not far from the Confederate lines. Very careful, Bert. Just leave the stretcher. Leave it.
Where's the wounded rep?
Right in there, Captain.
Doctor, how is he?
And I doubt if he'll regain consciousness.
He's a dispatch writer, all right. There's no doubt about that. Did you find anything in his personal effects that I ought to see?
No, sir.
Oh, too bad. He must have managed to get rid of his dispatches when he saw we had him bottled up. Well, do what you can for him, and if he should revive, see that I'm called.
Yes, sir. Yes, I will. Isn't there something you should be working on?
Sure, Jim. Sent in here to get this.
Mr. Marr, I said we'd want to talk to you later. Well, we've been interested in your activities since we permitted you to join your family.
Well, I've tried to be useful.
At our hospital. Very humanitarian. However, headquarters feels that under the circumstances, it might be better if you and your family were sent to a less sensitive area.
You mean to ship us out of Springfield?
That's right.
Looks as if the decision is being made for us.
Am I to understand, Mrs. Marr, that you want to leave Springfield?
Wouldn't you, in our situation, Lieutenant? We've been talking about it.
Well, then, that simplifies matters for everyone. I'm glad.
When do you plan for us to leave?
There's a group heading out from Nebraska day after tomorrow. Can you be ready then?
Of course.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Good night.
Oh, Dave, it'll be so wonderful to get out of Springfield. To get away from the hostility and the coldness of people. Dave, you're not going out again.
Just for a while.
But you just got home and you look so tired.
I've got to go out.
Dave, are you in some kind of trouble?
No, not at all.
Something's wrong. Don't keep shutting me out. I want to know so I can help.
There's nothing that you can do.
Dave, I want the truth. Why did you resign? Why did you come home?
Stop plaguing me with questions, will you? Just leave me alone.
Dave!
I guess I really knew all along what you were up to. But I couldn't even admit to myself that you really were.
Go on, say it. A spy.
How can you do it, Dave? Lying to everyone. Deceiving even your own wife. Tricking information out of poor, wounded farm boys. Serving as a soldier may be something to be proud of, but this
was a job that had to be done. General Price thought that I had the best chance of making it.
You mean they ordered you to become a spy?
No, they left the decision up to me. But when you're fighting for something that you believe in, you do it any way you can, no matter how much you hate it. Sometimes you don't even think of the consequences. Like you this afternoon.
You saw me hide that dispatch. How could I do that when I believe that, Dave, when I firmly believe that a doctor must be neutral?
Are you sure, Jim? I think even a doctor has to fight somehow for what he feels is right. How else can he live with himself?
Look, Dave, I took an oath to heal the sick. Anyone who needed my help, not just Yanks, not just Rebs. How can a doctor secede?
You can still heal the sick and treat the wounded, but you've got to care how this war comes out.
What do you want me to do?
I can use your help, Jim. The Federals are planning to ship us out of Springfield day after tomorrow. Now, I don't want to get you involved, but I've got to get into that records tent sometime tomorrow.
No. It would be safer for me to get the information and meet you tomorrow night.
You'll have to have me to blame when the Federals discover something's missing. Otherwise...
Dave, when a man has spent as long as I have on the fence, he's entitled to jump off in his own way.
I thought we were supposed to meet down by...
Wait, Dave. Every second counts. There's a big Union attack coming.
Are you sure?
Within the next 24 hours.
I'll have to leave right away.
You better check these first. Look, the hospital files. As much information as I could get about cannon supplies, reinforcements, troop movements.
Good. Anybody see you?
No, I don't think... Good evening, Amy.
I tried to tell myself it wasn't this. So this is what your rebels have made you, a sneak, lying to your wife, using your old friends, making me think you'd changed.
I never wanted you to be hurt by anything I did, Amy.
And dragging Jim into it.
Amy, no one dragged me into this.
You've always said...
I know, Amy. I guess I hoped if I talked being neutral long enough that I could forget what I really felt. There are some things, Amy, that you just can't change.
If there was any way to do this and keep you in the clear, but there wasn't, Amy, so all I ask is try not to despise me.
Oh, Dave, I love you. I love you. You must know that. Nothing could ever really change that, but why does it have to be like this?
Dave. Dave!
Maybe they're not even coming here. But if they are, we'll handle the situation. Now, I don't want you in sight. Now, remember, you don't know anything at all about this. Now, go on in with the baby.
No.
For my sake. For his.
Oh. Dave! Dave, here, you gotta go.
Leave you here to face him alone?
Unless General Price gets word of the attack, whatever I've tried to do won't mean a thing. Now, come on, out this window. Just go on, Dave.
Open this door! Open this door!
Sergeant, what's the meaning?
Dr. Randolph, you're under arrest. Search the house. Where's Mars?
keep your arm around her and walk. Let me through to General Price.
Nobody gets through this picket line unless I get the password. And I ain't heard it.
Jasper, I've got to get to headquarters.
Get back to your blue-bellied friends before I blow you right off the horse.
You killed him.
Just obeying orders. He never give no password.
Bobby, listen to me. Those Federals are planning to attack.
Take it easy, Dave. We know. You managed to tell Frank Sanborn just before you passed out. We'll be ready for him.
Amy. What about Amy?
Your wife should be perfectly safe, Mr. Marr. The feds are pulling out of Springfield. They're headed this way. There'll be no fighting close to the town. And with the information on their strength that you brought back, we'll lick the britches off them. In a day or two, Springfield will be back in Confederate hands.
Thank you, sir.
You just be concerned with getting back on your feet. You know, I'm looking forward to returning your sword to you myself, Captain Marr.
Captain. Congratulations, Dave. You certainly had it coming. How did you manage to do it?
I couldn't have, without the help of one man.
Tell me, Dave. How does it feel to be a hero?
Fine.